Hello children. Today we are going to learn more in detail about the different types of forests that are found in our country. A forest is a piece of land with many trees. Many animals need forests to live and survive. Forests are very important and grow in many places around the world. Forests are an important gift of nature. Ideally, one third of the total area of a country should be under forest. At present, only about one fourth of India's total area is under forest. Right, children? As you all know that a forest is a piece of land with many trees, and nobody in particular grows them or plants them or give water to them. They go naturally, they grow naturally, right? That is why we call forest as our natural wealth. And they are very important. Why are they important? Because forests are the natural home to many birds and animals. Many birds and animals which we cannot see in the cities, we can find them in the forest in our country. They are the natural home. And we get many things from forest. Not only the wood, but even the air we breathe, the fresh air we breathe, that also we get from the trees and mostly from the forest. And forest also is the main reason to have good rains. A place or a country, the rainfall of a place or a country mainly depends on the forest. If there are no forests, then there will be no rains, right? And usually in a country, about one third of the country's land should be under forest. But whereas in our country, we have forest across our country, but the total forest which is covered in our country, it is only about one fourth of the total area of our country. Importance of forest. As we know that forests are very useful to us. Why? Forests are very essential natural resources. They provide raw materials to industries to make things, the things what we use in our daily life. We get many raw materials, the material that is required, such as the furniture. To make furniture, we need wood or the timber. From where do we get? We get from the forest. Forests are very essential natural resources. They provide raw materials to industries such as timber, bamboo, cane, gum, medicinal plants, shrubs, etc. And they provide fodder to animals, that is, food. Forests provide moisture in the atmosphere and lower the temperature. That means the trees that are in the forest, they provide moisture, that is water vapor in the air. And this forest keeps the temperature low. That means the heat level will be little low in the forest areas. They obstruct the rain bearing winds and cause rainfall. They stop the winds that come during the rainy season. They protect, yes, the trees in the forest protect and prevent soil erosion and preserve the fertility. The meaning of this, the roots of the trees, they hold the soil firmly into the ground, and the fertility of the soil will remain intact in place. It will not be washed away because of the roots of the trees. Forests provide a home for many animals and birds. We find many different species of animals and birds living in this forest. Forests help to preserve the ecological balance. If there are no birds and animals, then there will be no life. Even the human beings cannot survive because we depend on them for as food, right? For food, and they also need trees. So it goes in a circle. Plants need animals, animals needs plant, and human beings need plants, and trees also need human beings, right? Yes. They provide animal sanctuaries, which attract tourists. Many tourists who visit a place, they usually go to these sanctuaries where there are natural habitat of animals and birds. So to see these animals and birds, people go to those places. So they attract the tourists. Deciduous or monsoon forest. Now, when we come to the different types of forest, in the earlier video, we have seen that we have many different types of forest in our country. Among them, one is this deciduous, or it is also called as monsoon forest. They cover a greater part of India. They found in regions where the rainfall is between 75 centimeters to 250 centimeters. It forms 65.5% of the total area of forest. How many forests are there in our country? In that, the deciduous or the monsoon forest cover the most of the land, total area. Since India is having monsoon climate, this type of forest is distributed widely. They shed their leaves during dry winter. The trees in the deciduous forest or the monsoon forest shed their leaves. That means the leaves will fall and new leaves grow in the place of the old fallen leaves, especially in this monsoon or the deciduous forest. They are also called tropical deciduous forest. The next type of forest that we are going to learn is the mountain forest or alpine forest of Himalayan. As you all know that Himalayan are the mountains in our country, right? The part. So different types of forests are also grown in this mountain forest. Different types of forests are found here. As height increases, the tropical type of climate changes into the polar type of region. That means where on the plains where the climate is little normal, it will be hot in the summer, cold in the winter. But whereas in the mountain forest, as the height increases, the climate changes to polar type of climate. That means it becomes very cold. According to the changes in climate, various types of plants are found. And mostly the trees that are found in these mountain forest or the Himalayan type of forest, can you see in the picture, children, the leaves, the shape of the trees? Yes, the trees have pointed leaves. And the different types of forests, trees that are found here are sal, baira, tun, silver spruce, laurel. These are the different types of plants that are usually grown in the mountainous forest or the Himalayan alpine forest. Next is the desert forest. This type of vegetation is found in regions where the annual rainfall is less. As you all know, in a desert, there will be very little rainfall or no rainfall at all. So, what type of trees grown here? Yes, the trees which require very less water. That type of trees are grown here, mainly the cactus and small shrubs, short trees. And these trees here, the trees which are grown here in the desert forest, they have short uh, leaves and they have long roots, children. You know the purpose of short leaves and long roots? Yes. The long roots, they go deep into the soil to take water from the underground. And short leaves, because these short leaves leave little moisture. That means they leave little water from the plants. So these types of forest trees are grown in the desert forest. And next is mangrove forest. These forests are formed due to tides. They are found along the deltas and estuaries of rivers that are subjected to tides. Mainly, the Sundarban trees are grown here. In Ganga Delta, there are plenty of Sundari trees. A particular type of tree called as Sundari. They are grown here in abundantly, that is, more. So these forests are called as Sundarban trees, or the forest what is grown here, found here, is called as mangrove forest. Next is save the forest. We are going to learn more about this in the next video.